When the Guild 3 went live like 2 years ago in early access, it was a complete mess, a real mess, this game. And in 2 years time the developers changed and we got lots of updates, lots of stability things, and I thought it would be a good idea to finally jump into this game. I really didn't want to have a bad experience because I love the Guild series. I've played the Guild 1, the Guild 2, the Guild 2 Renaissance, and I just love this genre and definitely going to try it out now. The game seems to be in a pretty good spot so far. It has beautiful graphics at least, a good atmosphere, a complex game system. So why not just jump into this game now when it's actually pretty much playable? So what is the Guild 3 about? Well, you start in a medieval town as a nobody. You have nothing, a bit of money perhaps, and you choose a profession and you start your profession in this area. You know, you get some money, you start building up a reputation, you start finding a wife, for example, getting a dynasty up, and well, you just climb the ranks in a city in medieval times. You also choose political office, you have more and more actions available, you know, and it also becomes a complex diplomatic game as well later on. So many options this game has, and it is just extremely fascinating, especially the Guild 2, so if you have some time at hand, this game is still fantastic. Now we are starting a new game in the Guild 3, so this is still early access, lots of updates in the future, and if you're interested in this game, of course I'm also going to cover those updates then. First of all, we have to choose one of those cities here that we have, so Magdeburg, Augsburg, Heligoland, London, Warsaw, Paris, so, Vienna and Visby. So those are like big, you know, medieval cities, and I think we're going for London in this case. Built by the Romans on the banks of the River Thames, the city of London has remained the focus and pivotal point of most of the big events in the Kingdom of England. And now we can choose how many opponents we want to have. So like you, there are other dynasties starting from scratch most likely, and they also start their own career and their family business, and you just choose here how many of them you have. Let's just go for 10, let's make it really messy, the whole thing. And we can also choose a difficulty level, we can choose how many years we have per round. So with this option you choose how many years will pass when a round is over. It will mainly affect how fast the character in the game ages, so we choose 1 year, you know, we take it slow. The thing is, if you lose your character due to age or when he's got killed and you don't have an heir, the game is over. So I rather take it slow, so I've got also some time to find a good, suitable wife there. We can also choose the game mode. Do we want to start as a poor fellow, or do we already want to have a little house in the city and just start a career? So we go for poor fellow. We really want to start from scratch. And yeah, become sovereign would be a campaign mode. We go for the free game right now. And continue. And here we are in the character selection. It reminds us kind of like an RPG, but it is really an economic simulation of medieval times. And, well, simulation kind of. It's a game after all. But we still have to choose those characters here. And let's see, do we get something out of this one here? Let's see if we have a nice banner here. Yeah, the lion, why not? Let's go for the lion here. And our character is going to be called, let's call him Valken. Oh, Delaney, something like that. Something English sounding, because we're in London after all. Now comes the real interesting part, choosing our profession. Choosing what we want to actually go for. There are 4 of those, but don't be fooled by only 4 professions. They're going to branch out to other professions, you know, and you can specialize in those branches then and going for other routes as well. So we got the farmer, the agriculture. You start like a farmer, and then you can start a business like an innkeeper, or you go for a baker. So it gets more complex. First you just you know, plant some crops and harvest them, and then you actually become an innkeeper at the end of it. Or we go for herbalist, which starts like you're collecting some, just gathering some herbs and trying to heal some people from time to time, sell some buckets of flowers or something like that, to having an infirmary, you know, having a hospital, or actually having a scripture and you then writing books or something like that. So everything a herbalist has done in the medieval times. That's really, really cool. You can go for the handicraft. You start like a apprentice kind of, so you learn your first skills like getting done some pine planks or some torches. You're building that, and then you specialize into a smith or a carpenter or a tailor and getting some complex products going on. And the last one would be the rogue. So this is like the shady character, and you actually rob people, you know. It's also the most dangerous part, so you can always kind of like have the guards at your heels, and you could also die in battle. So this is kind of like where you are constantly fighting for survival. Also a very interesting one, and it goes really high with this one here. You can become a spy later on and stuff like that. So in this case, I want to go for the herbalist. Sounds boring, right? But it's really not, because you can become a doctor or a book writer or something like that when you're rich and stuff like that. And very good for diplomatic things, because as a doctor you got good relationships with most of the people. So that helps a lot when you're in political office and stuff like that. These are just some basic things here, like choosing a voice.
Esteemed lady? Yes, esteemed lady.
My pleasure.
Yes, esteemed lady.
So there are 3 voices here. We can also choose the character size, how big does he want to be, and we can choose the face. Let's go closer here. Yeah, I like this one actually there, and some clothing. So, oh my, what the hell is that? Let's not go for this one there, clothing. That's unsuitable. Clothing 7. So as you can see, lots of clothing options there. The herbalist used to be the cleric in Guild 2, so that's gone. But we still have the clothes from that, something like that. But yeah, well, actually let's go. Oh, he sounds nice, doesn't he? He sounds a bit too nice. He looks a bit too nice, I think. No, that looks like a beggar. Let's go for this one there. Okay, so we are poor and we can show that, but don't worry, we're getting there. And kind of like the hair disappeared again on me here. I don't know why. Oh no, that's not a good face. Oh, I see, it changes with the clothes, right? But yeah, my hair is gone now. Okay, I see, so the hair kind of changes with that. You can of course still grow hair later then. But that's how we look actually at the moment. Really pathetic, just like that. And let's reset those points here, and we can actually redistribute those points here. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, perception, charisma. So I rather not go for strength or this dexterity at this point, because we are a herbalist after all. And let's just reinvest those points into intelligence, perception, and especially charisma. It helps you so much early on, at least in Guild 2. And that's it. Those are my settings here, and with that we can finally play the game.
Welcome to the Guild 3, an economic simulation and RPG set in the late Middle Ages. You assume the role of a person in this historical scenario, but you are not just part of it. You can write your own success story. Your starting character, your avatar, will age during the game. So you should get married and have children, so your heirs can continue the game. You have chosen the normal difficulty level. Starting the game will be slightly easier for you until you reach the rank of citizen. You decided to take over the role of a fairly poor and inexperienced character who has arrived at the city gates just a few days ago. You will have to work hard to achieve the rights of a citizen, which will allow you to live and work in the city. You've come to the city with no set objective. You can therefore concentrate fully on yourself and the fate of your dynasty.
What's up?
Alrighty, so a nice little introduction, and here we are in the Guild 3. I really do like the graphics, so they are really improved in comparison to the Guild 3. And here we are, like, we don't even look like a real man at the moment, you know, we're just some poor beggar here in the streets, and people are running around here aimlessly, it seems. And we've got nothing. We got this little dirt house here, kind of like from our parents, I guess. They horribly died in some car accident, probably. You heard it. And yeah, we're just alone in this world here, in this cruel world. And it is spring. At least that's a good thing. So, you know, it's warm. It's getting warm there. So we are not under a lot of pressure at the moment. We can pause the game if we want to, but we can't do anything here while paused. So we can't cheat our way through a paused function here. And this is the surrounding here, beautifully looking. And we are in a little village here in the outskirts of London. Over there we have London. So when we look into the city, as you can see, huge buildings here, sophisticated buildings. And all of those buildings actually have something for us at some point when we unlock a certain rank, you know. And also here, so lots of space here too where we can build something. But at the moment, of course, we can't build anything. We just have this little farmhouse there and about some 3,000 in money there. So the first thing that I actually want to do,
am the master.
besides going around here and having a look around ourselves here, we have a church there, we have the butchery, and I think that is the market. The market is a central role in this game, since, well, on the market we can sell and buy stuff. Let's go for the farmhouse now. And as we can see, we got a bit of a menu here of stuff that we can actually already craft. So a flannel, a bouquet of flowers, and a bucket of water. Those are the things that we can actually craft right now, and those are the requirements for that. So the bouquet of flowers, which we can actually sell for actually nothing at the moment. It's worth nothing. The flannel is worth nothing, and the bucket of water is actually worth a bit, like 4 coins. So actually it would be a good idea, I think, to well, collect some bucket of water, since we can actually make some money out of that. So as we can see now, our character is starting to run to, well, the next source of water, I guess, that we can find somewhere over here. Oh, there he is. There's the well already. So he's just collecting something now, and he's getting experience points because he's doing that.
Can't help. Not now,
okay, until
please.
he's fully developed in this kind. And down here we have him now. He's 18 years old. And here we can see his experience points, so we're level 1. And of course, with each level that we gain, we can add new points to that one here. We also have the secondary attributes. And here we have his inventory, and it's almost, yeah, he's collecting those bucket of waters. We got only a robust clothing here. Nothing else, no weapons, no card, no wealthy clothes. Of course, when we have wealthy clothes, our charisma rises, and people will look at us differently. Right now, they look down on us, and we want to change that. I don't know where Valkin has vanished. Somewhere in here, I guess he's collecting water in the bottom of the well there. Perfect, that's it. We got like, I think 40 buckets. And let's go with that to the market there right away. And click on the market. And usually he should appear here now. Let's see.
Here I am. I'm hurrying.
Okay, now we are here. Perfect. And now we can actually sell this. So I'm going to drag it over there and sell 40 of it for 160. Beautiful. 160 gold coins. Actually, we made some money today. That's a good thing. Not much though, and it's a very tedious business doing it like that. So what I actually want to do is, with the money that I have right now, I want to start my business. I want to start with my first house, because of course we can't get patients and customers from the farmhouse. You know, it's our personal living space. So actually we want to build something. And I have the building menu up here now, and we can choose between the residences here. So here we have the farmhouse now, for example. We can upgrade that to higher buildings here then, and then once we have citizens, as you can see, we can even go higher. And each of those new buildings actually has some new options, like more storage, for example, new actions that we can take against certain people. And then we have the business here, and the business is the real interesting part. So when we look at the business here, we can see all the different classes, like the rogue class, the herbalist class, the handicraft, the food preparation, and we are in the herbalist. And as you can see, we have the herb huts as the beginning. Then we would go for the apothecaries. So this we would reach level 1 of apothecary. Then we could actually go for tinctory and apothecary. And then we have the infirmary, so we need to specialize into medicine. We could actually go as high as the hospital there, scriptoriums, the alchemist workshop. So as you can see, lots of specializations that we can take here. And we can even go for other businesses too on one character. So we don't have to choose, or we don't have to start over every single time. That's a real cool thing. And we start with the herb hut. So the herb hut, as we can see, herbalism 1, we are actually on that level. And with that, herbs are concocted into various medicines in this hut, the effect of which is somewhat dubious. And with that, we build it. Now we have to choose a location. So I don't know if we can build actually streets. You know, in Guild 2, you had to be a higher office to build streets, because that is some infrastructure for the city. So we have to kind of like play by the rules of the city at the moment. And yeah, actually this looks like a beautiful central spot here, where lots of people cross the place all the time. I just want to see where the gardens are, because you will need gardens for that. So here we have the fairy pond that actually has some resources there, I think. So my people should not go that far, you know, to reach the resources that we need for that. So I think it's really this one here only, as far as I can see. There's already a herb hut here, as we can see. You know, so there's another character here that has started with that skill, and he's actually on this office here right now. So remember, we started with 10 or with 9 other dynasties, and of course they're all going to try their best. Here we can see other smaller crafting ones. There's the sigil. So those are the dynasties that are working here. This actually has no sigil. So in previous guild games you could actually buy it at one point and just become the dominant one. But in this case, I don't think that I can actually buy it. Anyway, summer. We are in summer already. We should hurry up there. I shouldn't be talking that much. We want the herb hut, and yeah, we build it here centrally. We confirm it by 1000 gold coins or whatever that is, that money there, and we actually build the herb hut now. It's taking a bit of time, and while that's the case, we can actually, well,
yes, sir.
I think we could continue gathering some water if we want that. Bucket of water, and yeah, let's just do it.
Of course.
So he's just collecting more water now, also getting some more experience points. It's kind of important to get to level 2 as soon as possible. So here we are now. We are really just collecting water at the moment. We are head of the family, and we're 18 and single so far. Alrighty. And what's also really cool is the free flow camera, so I can just look around everywhere. You can see all the other dynasties here, Josephine and Eric and Ellen and Catherine. And yes, this game also has a multiplayer in it, so you can actually play with other people, something I really like. And in this case here,
has been finished.
Everyone's just trying his luck. And we got the herb hut. So we got our first business in a beautiful location here in this little village. My Vulcan is still collecting some water. So let's have a look at the herb hut. As we can see, we got more options here now than in the farmhouse. We also have more storage capacity and a front store area. So this is where we can sell stuff. And we can hire employees. So let's do that. For 200, Regina. We've got Regina here now. Regina. And I think it's a male. She's 15. Is she a male or female? She's a female. Okay, very well, sumptuous female here. And right, she's like our apprentice now. And Regina has to work, of course. So bucket of water is what I'm doing already. So we should get the Lavender here.
You will be satisfied.
Lavender. And she's on her way now, collecting some lavender until her storage area is full. So 40 of that. And of course she can unlock more storage with higher levels. And there it is, on her way now, collecting some lavender for us. And Valken, where's my Valken?
I'm a bit busy right now.
Right, Valken stopped collecting water. Let's get him back here to the herb hut. Next day is dawning. It's a good location there. Lots of people crossing by, and our home just across the city. Perfect. So there's Valken. Let's get that water into the storage there. As we can see, for mixed herbs, that would be the first one that we actually need. We also need blackberries. So Valken is going for the blackberries. And as you can see, they're going over here now. To that. Right? Or where is he going to? We'll find out.
Not now, please.
Oh, over here. That's far away though, the grove. Probably then not such a good location after all. It's a long way over there. But, you know, at the moment they have to go by foot. Of course, we can use carts then at some point when we can afford them. They can drive over there and collect much more. And in here, yeah.
Someone has spoken well about you.
Oh, someone has praised me. Eric Pena praised me. one of the other characters. Perfect, and both of them now collecting some herbs in there and also getting some more experience
Not
points.
now, please.
And we're coming actually close to level 2 with Valken in this case here. Very good. The herb hut. Can I get another one? Hire employee? Nope. Okay, we can't get any more in here because we kind of like reached worker 2 of 2. We could, however, get a, I think... Oh, can we actually get one?
Well about you.
I think we can actually get another one here. Edlin. Okay, I don't know why we can actually get another one here now, but well,
I'm onto it.
Edlin is actually already
Get ready.
doing a job there, it seems.
Where'd you like to go?
She's a transporter. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's that. Look at that. She's on horseback, so she can actually be much faster. But I don't think that we have any use for her at the moment. She's got some lavender here. Would be interesting to know why that's the case now. She's unloading the lavender here. And what's she doing now? Hopefully not buying another batch of lavender because we can't afford that. But yeah, she is now our transporter, so we can actually sell stuff with her. And so on.
Feet hurt.
And we can also have add-ons for the building here, so we could upgrade them later, of course, but we can also get add-ons here like a disease protection, security, fire protection, storage slots, customers. Then we can finally start with customers. We can also get a new add-on for what I can see for workers, right? Yeah, workers, perfect. So another 150, so we can get another worker now. Here. So we get 3 workers there. And this one here is actually starting producing some mixed herbs. Be satisfied. Because we got the resources for that now. Well, Valken... Actually, let's make it differently. I think Valken is actually collecting the blackberries, right? I was trained so Valken is going to produce the mixed herbs. Because that is, of course, a qualified activity. You know, you need to know what you're doing. So with that, we're actually doing those mixed herbs, and we also have a front storage area now, where people can actually buy that, you know, when they're sick or something like that, and they can buy that for 34 coins, for example. So that's a lot more than the 4 coins we get out of the bucket of water already.
Someone likes you.
And yeah, someone really tries to like me. Josephine Stoddard.
Can't help right
There's
now.
Valken again, coming back to our little business there. And what are they doing here? Are they waiting for something?
No.
Just in front. This looks like a burglar. I hope it's not a burglar trying to do some stuff there.
Someone has spoken well about
And there's
you.
Valken here, and he's now producing mixed herbs. I don't know why he's doing it outside. Perhaps to show off or something like that. And a family member has leveled up, so Valken Delaney is level 2 now. And I don't know what the transport is doing at the moment. She's doing something automatically, and I can't change anything here. So we probably need to get rid of her. Look at that. What? Is she selling it automatically? So she's got lots of goods now. Yes, she actually sells it automatically. And I think she's...
Where to? My feet hurt.
Can't help right
Perhaps she's purchasing it again. No, she's just selling it, but how can I stop this? Stop the trade route.
I'm on my way.
Perfect. So she's on an automatic trade route then and selling the stuff, you know, automatically. But that's something I really don't want to do at the moment. So I want to get rid of her.
I'm on my way.
Fire Edlin. Poor Edlin. That's the end of her. No one knows what she's doing now. So everyone, what I've already kind of like talked about, everyone is simulated, of course. Every character that we see here actually has its own history, you know. So this transporter here, which is actually another dynasty, he's a transporter. They're all trying their luck, you know. They're all leveling up and doing their business, stuff like that, in London town. Okay, it seems like we are full on the mixed herbs for the moment. My workers are, my employees are actually collecting, hopefully. Peter.
I would like,
what is Peter
I've
doing? He's going
forgotten.
back now, perfect. Getting some more resources there.
I'm listening.
Oops. And we also have now the mixed herbs, so I would actually go for herb tea at this point.
Good, good.
As you can see, mixed herb and bucket of water, and then we get the herb tea, which actually sells for 48 already. Should you catch influenza, then sipping this herb tea is bound to do you some good. Very good. He is now producing that. I don't know why offer healthcare services. I can't do that yet. I think because we don't have... because we just don't have the skill points for that yet, or the add-on. Or perhaps because the basic apothecary here can't do that. So, I don't know, but something like that should happen. We could also upgrade here customer satisfaction. We could go for higher productivity of +5. Unfortunately, we can't get any more workers up there at the moment. That's that, but at least we got some herb teas now, and I think we're actually selling them already. We're using them in the front store, so people who come to this place here now can purchase those goods, and then we get the money out of it. So we're actually making some good money right now. But of course, we also got some, look at that, yeah, 60 coins there. But we also got some employees, of course, so you know, we are also losing money because we need to pay them. So we need to be careful about how fast we want to expand in this case. Very good. Looking good so far. I do like it.
Stop clicking on me already.
We do have a level up there too. So we can, go for another attribute here. So like charisma indicates the ability to use the correct facial expressions and gestures. So he's good in social matters. Then we have the intelligence, ability to concentrate, and general knowledge. The perception, higher the value, the better the character perceives their environment, and the earlier they can see,
has reached a new
they can sense
professional
danger.
level.
That's also pretty good. So we don't need to invest now right away, of course. I'm going to wait on that a bit. My employees, though, they're actually, also leveling up, as we can see. So she's level 2 now, Regina, and we could also give her another point there. Though I don't know how those points contribute now to our profession in this case. How can she be better at collecting herbs, for example? No one can tell that
I'm busy
at this point. There we would have the social ability, so I could send someone flowers. That would be the beginning of a relationship, and then I could propose. There's the diplomacy, so boast about your achievements. We could do that. And it's autumn, 1402. A bit of rain there. Also nice, the vegetation changes, so we are now in autumn. The color changes there. We got some rain. And oh, there's a big building coming up there. Carpenter workshop.
Have you got anything?
Big buildings up there, so it's good. You know, when it grows, more people will come to us. And yeah, we're pretty much here, it seems. Oh yeah, I need to change to mixed herbs here again. So Valken is doing that. And I think they don't need any sleep. As far as I see that. I haven't seen anything
Not now, please.
concerning that, so I don't think he will ever need to sleep. He's also full on health, so that doesn't go down here. Other than that, looking good so far. And we also got a new bonus there, +5 productivity, some more experience points, of course. And actually 2,300 gold points, quite a lot there. And right, I forgot about to tell you, we don't of course need to be employed ourselves at the herb hut here. So we could just push or put Valken to something else, and then we could just get another employee here. So I could already afford a second herb hut. I could just build it, get some employees up there, and they just, you know, collect stuff for ourselves and just get us some money there if we want to. No problem.
I'm a bit busy right now.
Persistent rain is causing floods.
Okay, and that is a catastrophe, as far as I can see. We got a flood. So I think the productivity is kind of going down for
Shall I
collecting herbs and stuff like that. And yes, those guys here, those are the guards.
Out of the way.
So if you're a burglar or a thief, you should never get into that range here. Otherwise the guard will attack you. And this could mean real trouble if you're playing the rogue. So the rogue is really the dangerous one. But I think you also get some nice rewards. Because you can then, can rob people of their goods. Stuff like that. But I'm rather the peaceful one. So we're just going for that route. Right, and don't also be confused here by how empty stuff looks. Of course, it's going to grow. More buildings are coming up, more opportunities arise the more we play.
Not stop clicking on me already.
Right now, we focus on the little village here, which is already growing. So there are more and more houses coming up here. So hopefully we get a new street here at some point. And with that, we get coming into autumn now, and business at the moment is booming.
The leader of another dynasty has died.
The leader, one of our opponents already died. And with that, we're going to leave it now and continue the next episode. Hopefully you like it.